Hello again, everyone. I'm recording the second video of the night. So in this one, I will go through the attack mechanics and how those stats that I showed you earlier can translate on the battlefield. So with that said, I'm going to start with the rally mechanic. So for example, I'm going to do a little bit of search here. I'm going to start a level 5 Find. Okay, so I have one here. I'm going to start. I will put my 6-minute rally. I will choose these heroes and I will start the rally. In here, if you click on the rally, you can see the rally benefits. These benefits are the numbers that I showed you on the previous video. Okay, these are my stats with the extra of the troop defense from Nicola, the infected attack from Nicola also, the rally troop attack from Medi, the troop infected defense from Sarge. So in here you have all those stats that you need to worry about. These are the important ones. So in here you can see a lot of people join my rally. And how does that translate? You go again on your benefits and you can see here. Here comes the important part of the skills. So since I am the rally leader, the stats that count are mine. So my stats will go to every single person, every single troop within my rally. So, and all my skills of all my heroes will come into play. So in here, Sarge Gun Turret will increase troop damage by 20%. This is the second one from Sarge, 18% of critical damage chance. So these four here are the ones that I want to focus right now. How does this work? You can go to the rally, you see everyone that joined the rally, and you can see here that's written skill in effect 1, skill in effect 1, skill in effect 1, and then you go back to the last one, skill in effect says no skill. Okay, so how does this work? When you join a rally, the top 4 first skills of your first hero gets selected here. So what does that mean? You can see here Gunzo that joined the rally. The first skill that is going there is the first skill from Chef. Valentine, it's the first skill from Sarge. Okay, and you can check that here. So you get here the first skill from Sarge, as I told you, from Genzo is this one. So Chef troops have 25% of throwing a grenade, doing 160% damage. The first skill from Sarge that I showed you from Valentine is a 25% troop damage buff. So only these 4 skills get into play. So what does this mean? In this rally, in this particular rally, the thing that matters the most is my stats. Everyone else that joins, the only thing they had to the rally, to the attack, are the troops and the 4 highest skills of their first hero, so the captain. So for me it's not important if I put here Maddie first or Nicola first. For me it's exactly the same thing, because all my hero stats and all my hero skills will come into play. If you're joining, only the first skill from your first hero will count, and then the 4 highest will come into play. So in this case it's very important. If you're joining a rally, for example in this case, for me on this level 5 Find is not very important, because with my stats we'll always kill that Find. So but for example for trap and future trap attacks, it's very important that everyone selects either Sarge or Eva as their first hero. Why? Because as I showed to you here, the first skill of Sarge is the turret. This turret gives you a 25% damage bonus. So since trap the most important thing is damage. You need to join having Sarge or Eva. I showed you on the previous video, her first skill is damage. So using Sarge or Eva gives you a 25% buff on damage to every single troop on your rally. So, for example, if you go again on your hero page, you go to Jab, you see 12%. This number goes high. It's higher if you improve your hero of critical damage. This is also a hero that can be used leading because it's a useful skill. In case of Wolf, it's 25%. It's not bad, it's not ideal. See, in this case you have increases the health, so usually is not, because when you're rallying you want to go on strength, on attack. So in this case, for example, here he has also the 25% of 160 damage. So this part is always important. It's important for you as a joiner, as someone who is joining the rally, to add something. For example, I said Ghost here is, for example, 25% health. It's a low level hero, but gives a really nice buff on health on his first skill. So despite the fact that health might not be as important, but for example, if you're doing a rally when you're going to defend something, this might come in handy for some low-level players. That's why you need to watch out for all these characteristics and see which one suits you better. For example, Nickel here, it's health 20%. It's lower than Ghost, because Ghost is a level higher. It's level 5 skill. In here, for example, Maddie, so it has a 20% chance of reducing the enemy damage by 40%. This one is a little bit trickier because you cannot see that in stats, so it's always better to go for something that you can check on stats. So this does damage, this reduces health. This one's that have percentage, in this case is 20. It's lower than some. It's not that safe. So this mechanic is very important. That's why in this video what I want to tell you is that we have a big alliance, for example, and this shows you that every single person has a purpose on the alliance. Even if you're a mid-level, even if you're a low level, if you have a tier 8 troop, if you join an army with a big rally with our strongest member leading, your troops will get a big buff. So you will play and you will attack, you will join an attack with the leader's stats, so you will be very useful in that. Even when we're having raids, we're having burn parties, we can all TP there, right? A strong member starts a rally, you can join, you can help. That's why in some strategies, for example, it's a bit pointless that, for example, our 4 or 5 biggest members, strongest members, are all in the same rally. Most cases that will make that will decrease your efficiency. Why? Because you can perfectly have, for example, even if it's all T9s, if you have our main attacker on one rally, you don't need to have the second on the same rally. You can start the second one if you can fill them both, and you have a much higher power hitting, because you can do 2 full rallies with your 2 main player stats. I can have T9s and I can have 0 gear, I can have 0 equipment, I can have a very low research. I have those T9s. When my T9s enter a rally with a high member, they will automatically have all his gear, all his stats, everything. So from a mid-level player, I become a top hitter. Okay, so what you have to watch out is the following. If you're on a raid doing a burn party, if you are lower level, don't stand on the outside. Don't go to the outskirts of where everyone else. Try to put yourself in the middle of the strongest players, and that is also a note for the strong players. Don't gather around all in the same place. Leave some spaces open for the low and mid-level players to join in. They can put on the middle, because if they are on the outside, they are very prone to attacks. So someone can TP, do 1, 2, 3 quick attacks and TP out. Also, another important thing is reinforcements. When you're reinforcing someone else, the stats that count for the defense are the stats of the strongest player. So I can be, for example, the lowest BP player in my alliance. If I get reinforced by the strongest one, his stats will count to me. Okay, so it also is important while you're on the offensive side. I can have 200 T8s. If I can get, for example, 5,000 T9s from the strongest player with his best heroes, all my T8s will be buffed at 250 or 300% on attack and defense and something. So you can still help, you can still do something, and numbers are important. So don't forget, low-level players, mid-level players shouldn't start rallies, especially against other people. We have our strongest members just for that. You can join, you can help, you can do lots of different things, but don't start rallies, because if you're a mid-level and a strong player joins your rally, he will use your stats. So his big power just becomes average. I gave the example on the other day when I managed to kill a Find, a level 5 Find, using T7s and T8s in my rally. I was the only T9 on my rally, so it was like 280k troops, 100k T9s, and the rest T7s and T8s, and we killed it with ease. If it was the other way around, if a player with low stats and T8s started the rally, if you fill that rally with T9s, you will lose, because there are no buffs. So what you have to understand about the game mechanic is that this is a game of numbers. So when you're attacking a bunker, when you're attacking facility, in that case, it's not the rally leader. In that case, is the strongest player there, because they don't count it as an attack defense mechanism. They count, for example, on bunker, everyone is defending. On facility, everyone is attacking. So you don't have settlement buffs there. You don't have those siege buffs. You don't have those patrol buffs. So if you're holding a fortress, for example, if you're holding a facility, for example, and you take one player out and you put your strongest player in, for example, as the last player joining, all the stats in those troops will be automatically from your strongest player. The important part of having the best ones on top is because of the rally capacity. But in terms of stats, if your strong player is down, it doesn't matter, because you will use his or her stats. Okay, so this is not all the dynamics of all the events, it's just some dynamics. So I think it's the best way to point out some things, so you can pay attention to stats, the numbers, you can pay attention to your profile, you can pay attention to your rallies. And sometimes members that see, for example, big spenders, people that invest on the game, that have really nice accounts, much higher stats, much higher troops, and you see them evolving and you think, okay, what am I doing here? This won't get me anywhere because I can never reach their power. It's true, you will never reach probably that power, but the power you have, it's more than enough to be vital to every alliance. So if you analyze the mechanic, if you analyze the strategies, you can find a lot of different and useful things to do. For example, some alliances use fake attacks to throw away our opponents, right? If you have 15 people, if you have 20 people doing a burn party raid on another alliance, you can set rallies of 5 rallies of 5 people in it, for example, and 4 of them only have 1 troop. If you have all your players with Recon jammers, nobody will know what's the big hit, what's the big rally. If they want to defend, they will have to defend all of them. So there's a lot of strategy, there's a lot of numbers, there's a lot of stats, and there's a lot of ways of being very important. So I hope this video enlightens you a little bit and helps you understand the mechanics so you can make better decisions on where to develop your account and how to proceed on attacks, on fins, on plagues, and everything. Okay? Any questions, you can hit me up in the game, send me a private message that I'll be happy to answer. Good game, everyone.